This next topic has to do with time, so this is not connected to the last thing that you saw. This is about measuring how often something happens. So when you hear the word frequency, that has to do with how often something happens. So for example, you might hear, oh, you are frequently late to a party. What does that mean? I hope you are thinking, oh, that's easy. It means late to a party many times. So how often something happens is it can be referred to as its frequency, or the frequency. Hertz, the symbol is capital HZ. Hertz is the unit that is used to measure frequency, or to represent it there. So whenever you hear the word hertz, think, oh, okay, it has something to do with frequency, and frequency has to do with how often something happens. So if we put those ideas there together, frequency, hertz, and a unit, we can say something, for example, and this is again loosely said, right? You could get more official with this, but we just want to give you an intro to it. The frequency of 1 hertz means that something happens once a second. So there's some repetition there, some going in a cycle, but for us, we're just going to think when a frequency of 1 hertz is heard, when you hear that, it means that something is happening once a second. So related to that, if you hear a frequency of 10 hertz, that means something is happening 10 times a second. Alright, so it doesn't matter for right now what that something is, just know that something is happening 10 times a second. So if it was for some reason somehow rain was measured at 20 hertz, then you know it must somehow or some way mean that it's raining perhaps 20 times a second. 20 raindrops are falling once a second. I don't know. But you should get comfortable with hertz, the idea being that it's measuring something happening in a second.